Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. The birds are chirping. Ooh, 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 ooh. Good morning to you. Hey, y'all. First of all, it is Friday. The birds ain't chirping, but you know, that's how the song goes. It's been raining. Yeah, the car was wet this morning, so it was raining.
It said it was like 30% chance.
Oh yeah, but you know what the kids taught me that had me messed up because I was like, how is that percentage so high or low? And then it rains when it's 30%, but rains when 100. And it was like, oh, y'all don't know? That's not the percentage. That's the area that it will rain in. So if it say 30%, when you know how it could be rain on one side of town and not the other, 30% chance rain means 30% of that area. Charlotte, Mecklenburg County will get rain. 70%, 100% means the whole Charlotte, North Carolina. That's why it made sense. Because I'm like, they don't never got the weather. The kids just told me that, honey. TikTok be giving them information and education.
So it's the precipitation of the moisture in there.
No, it's the area that will get rain.
Yeah, but how you predict that it's coming?
I mean, wherever that cloud is, wherever that condensation. You know, you learn where it had to fill up and then the clouds cry.
The moisture in the clouds.
Yeah, the moisture in the clouds. Yeah, right. And then it overflows when it fills up. I'm trying to remember that earth science class. Then when it fills up to a certain level, it overflows. So you see clouds are all over. So that would mean all the clouds and all the areas that's cloudy, right? When the sky is cloudy, it has to be what you call it?
Start your witness.
But we done good.
Correct.
Right? 3, 4, we had half a cup.
Start your witness.
It's Friday.
It is Friday.
We won't give them time to come on because
it's Friday, y'all. Fridays come and go. You be like,
Is this not the fastest moving year that we've experienced in some time? Oh my God. I'm just saying it's something, I'm gonna call it a pandemic
what it is,
speed. Ever since and maybe it's just that pandemic lets you see that, time is precious.
Oh man, but
and time is moving very fast.
With pandemic, but and you was getting them checks. That extra. Whoever's getting them pandemic checks. That extra could wait till that time.
That thing speed by, honey. That money is long gone. Yeah, but it's just been so fast. It's almost like that year just went on pause. So it's catching up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because even with that, it's like, man, how long was we? We're in 2023 now. We are halfway. We're going to tomorrow is 7 of 2023.
Oh yeah.
So it's one thing for 2020 they have started this whole rush, but we're actually in 2023, 7 months in. I said 7 years. 7 months in. So guess what?
Half the month is gone today.
So we got about 5 months, y'all, for the rest of the year. I mean, what are your goals? And 5 is the number of grace. So from July, God got grace on you. So what will you do? I am starting in July, going to go live every day. That whole month of July, I'm going to go, even if it's for 15 minutes. Yes. I'm going to do I Choose Me check-in outside of these Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but every single day at midday. I'm gonna do a live. So since tomorrow, I'll be putting together essence thing for her. What's name? I'm gonna even go live tomorrow for about 15 minutes while I'm in the kitchen cooking, and just drop a little juice or whatever. But yes, that's gonna be. I'm gonna hire myself to be in the forefront of the next level.
Yeah, every day.
Every day.
A word.
I'm going to start because I'm moving I Choose Me Healing Ministry to Sundays. To Saturdays. I'm going to do Bible study on Sundays at 7 p.m. No, I might do it earlier because I think I'm going to do I Choose Me check-in. I'm going to move it. I'm going to move what the F is your mustard seed to maybe Monday.
Live too.
Yeah, because I have my lives for the books. And the Zoom will only be used for people who actually are registering for the refill station or my wealthy class series or
what days?
The soul nurses. I'm opening up soul nurses so that I can get them trained up for the tour. So I'm going to need people who want to register and go through the process to get acclimated as a soul nurse for the soul doctor, so that when we're on tour, I don't, because you remember when I did the foot washing, it took so much time because I had, I'm doing everybody, but if I can train some soul nurses with the concept of the pain and the power and, operate on the mindset by first operating on their mindset, making sure they're in good energy and standing to actually go. Then when we have the events where we're washing the feet, every soul nurse can get a person and I can just hold the mic and I can speak those, the words through that process of from the head to the toe and then release them without having to literally touch every single body because it's just time consuming. So I have to build a team for the tour. Got to build a team for the tour. Yeah. So that we can be more
pails of water. At the thing at you while you're speaking.
And then what I'm going to do is start a trip where when we're doing that, the soul foot washing, that we do a retreat where we can be at a different location. So I'll do a yearly foot washing, but it could be in Jamaica. It could be in, it could be it will be will be an experience where you'll go through the process of the healing over the 2 days, and then the last ceremonial thing will be the washing of the feet at the water or the baptism. People may want to get baptized and more they want to submerge their whole body. So I'm going to actually create it where it's a whole healing vibe. So that's the direction we're going in, to be the difference. So yep, I had answered another phone call from God. I say answer the call, right? It's like, well, how many times you gonna call me?
You are anointed,
right? I mean, we all are, right? So whether you be called to be a wife, that is ministry. Yes. If you're called to be a parent, that is ministry. If you're called to be a boss, if you take it serious and you realize your impact, that is ministry, right? Everything we do is ministry. So when they say many are called, few are chosen.
Because it's going to impact somebody.
It's because you say yes to
some way.
Yeah.
In some capacity.
Yeah. There's no bigger ministry than parenting kids. Hugest ministry, because who's left to take the baton is the kids. So that is a huge ministry that we don't really spend enough time talking about and actually acknowledging. So parenthood, being in a marriage is a huge ministry. Being a wife or a husband is a huge ministry, because it is the one thing that God, intended for us to, double up, right? I'm going to send you 2 by 2. That's marriage, right? Come on now. So with that, so that's the double up. What did the kid say? Guess I had to double it.
I can't.
So God didn't double us up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, so all of these things are ministry. So it's like, but when you go and you speak about what it took, what it required, what you're doing, sharing information, because sharing is caring, because only information changes people. What you do don't change people. People can watch you every single day and they could admire you because what they're watching is the promise. You can't see the process. The process is something that you have to ask to receive. You have to open yourself up to get. So when you see somebody
you on a journey of the process, like really bring
that's why I'm saying
whole life.
Look at that's why I just said you have to ask.
Yeah.
That's why the word says ask to receive. Because honestly, you could look, and even after you ask, you just have to have somebody who's willing to share, because there's a lot of people who got the information and you ain't getting it. And they ain't giving it to you. And that it won't cost them nothing but to tell you what to do. Like, okay, if I do it for you, this is the price. But if you want to go by yourself, hit this link, hit this, go there. That's freely giving it, like, because my time is really my time. Now, if you want to go and look it up and learn it and go. I could tell you exactly where to go. You could go through the steps, you know what I mean? But if you want me to do it, then that's different. But if you just want to know how to do it, then it's like, oh, if you go up the street, they got this down the block. Go get it. So we got to be more sharing with information, because now that is how we become. That is, so if I'm watching you, that's the promise. But I'm just assuming, like, I'm jealous, I'm envious because I don't see the process. I just see your results.
Arrival.
Yeah, I see you keep on arriving. Now, it's like hashtag goals, right? Everybody can see them dressed up in the outfits and you like, oh my God, I like that. I love that. God, give me that. Then you find yourself arguing in the house and you're like, why are you arguing all the time? Oh, because you asked God to give you that because you didn't know the process. You just saw the promise. You saw them dressed up on TV. You asking for what you think you want and you don't know what it takes or what it requires or how homely or how happy their life is just because it's a picture, right? So
you want that, you're going to take everything that comes with it. You ain't know about that, did you?
So I think that's major. Let me put this down.
Hot topics. I was like, wait a minute. We need a Queen Gem. We ain't do her thing yet. I guess we could do
Queen Gem must be busy.
Yeah. Queen Gem is busy being a wife, being a mom.
Oh, they must be in a wine tasting.
Happy hour.
Oh, that's happy hour.
Love her wine, honey. You get lit too.
Even if you catch this replay, I see you at happy hour. Oh, okay now.
The girls is having fun, honey.
They
wine, honey. Wine Wednesday.
Where am I?
Wine down Wednesday.
Wine down Wednesday.
Wine down Wednesday. And don't be whining.
Okay, I kept this pinned. You know you could keep something pinned.
What you mean?
At the top of your page. So I keep that pinned. I'm going to have to change the date, but you can keep a post pinned. So every time they go to your page, it's always the first day. That's why I got to scroll down and find the live because I pinned the I Choose Me Healing Ministry services.
For Sundays?
Yep.
For the Saturdays?
Yep. So.
Oh, you pinned it, but it's
I pinned it.
Oh, okay.
So I had just pinned it last week. I need to pin my video of the service.
Gotcha. So what y'all got going on today?
Yes,
Friday,
you guys.
Hot topics. What's some hot topics going on?
I see y'all in different areas.
I know my stylist was asking me about how I feel about the food. Something they doing with the food.
What they doing?
Modifying food. The FDA just approved like the food they making inside the not animal based food or something. She was asking me and I had no clue. I was like, girl,
you're supposed to write that in the notes.
Girl, I know she was doing my hair Tuesday. That was Tuesday too. I was like, oh, it's kind of like genetically modified food that the FDA just approved. You know how they have like that farm
raised the
fish,
fake one, yeah,
the fake fish. They're approving fake food now. But she said we've been eating that. Probably we've been eating that.
Well, they've been approved that because you do understand that everything without seeds is modified. Right. So I mean, they going from level to level. So then it was the fruit. Now it's actually the food is fake. It's like
meat. I think it's meat. Something about meat.
So they making fake meat, boy. I tell you, listen. I'm about to listen. Sadie was trying to enter as a lifestyle,
chicken, but it ain't chicken.
It ain't chicken.
It's
That's
like
what they used to say about that.
You
know what Chinese food? It ain't really chicken.
You really talking about rap stuff. I can't. Egg rolls, you don't know what that pink meat is. I'll be like, you know what? I can't with you.
It's pieces of pork. That's what they say. They chopped up the bacon.
It's what to me. I'm like, I don't want to think about it.
Listen, I'm telling you, if this is not the season,
what you put in your body for real.
If this is not the season to take it seriously, your health and what you're putting in your body. Matter of fact, shout out to Queen Martha Rush, and I was just seeing her post. Because she is, you know how we did PW, which was a lifestyle, right? It's not, a moment. It's about doing a lifestyle. So she's doing a lifestyle change. It looks like she's been doing, she's doing her healing and all of that. And God has her on almost like that Dr. Sabe, eating fruits and vegetables, and she's just shrinking, not consciously, because that's what I'm saying. When you are giving your body the nutrients, the energy that it needs by the food that you give it, right? Then you produce different. And so I know for sure, like I was saying, when we did the Dr. Sabe, and we was on that 21-day fast, and it was just an alkaline base because we kind of mixed it up. So we took it a little bit, made it our own, like always. But I found that your attitude is different, your energy level is different, your patience is different, your third eye is different. There's a certain type of clarity when I was reading, because while I was doing the 21-day fast, I was also reading my Bible, and the ideas and the broken down clarity of the verses was so like, I have so many notes, because it was like, oh, I never saw the verse like that. Oh, I never, and it was just coming out like a story. Yes. For whatever message he want me to do, because you can have 10 different people with the same scripture, and they gonna pull something different, and it's in alignment with who's attached to you, what they need to hear, what God needs you to do with your part lies, what perfect piece is yours. So I was like, wow. So I was thinking like, yeah, I got to get back with it, because I felt better eating it right. I was doing better. I was moving better. I had the energy or the want to.
So not giving it a certain date of cutoff. It's just
a lifestyle.
Yeah. Like an everyday thing.
Yeah.
Like intentionally doing it every day.
Intentionally doing it every day and weaning yourself off. It's like weaning the kid off of the bottle.
Because, honey, the way you were saying that steak was so good and that roster pasta.
Oh, yeah.
I was tasting the juice bursting out every bite. I was like, oh, man,
I have to say, I'm in an abusive relationship with food.
Shoot. Oh, I know that was tasting
I'm
good.
in an abusive relationship
and I was like,
with food. Let me tell you.
Shoot, ain't we all, honey? It's just...
Period.
You just got to get other stuff to be tasting as good.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Mentally to you. Like, mentally. It's all in the mind.
Right, because like I said, when we did it and Chef Ron was making all the different stuff, it definitely made a difference because it's flavor. Because you could use all the natural stuff and all that. Because if you
could be in an abusive relationship and still be with somebody like, oh, he just loves me. If you can mentally tell yourself that, you can mentally tell yourself, oh, this is so good. This is so wonderful, juicy steak that's tasting like steak.
You can.
You can.
You cannot.
You can.
That's why I said the thing was you just had had to leave the relationship before you get killed. Right? That's the point. When you're in an abusive relationship, people are telling you every day, girl, if you stay, that might be the last day. So when I say we were in an abusive relationship with food, it's because you think it's so easy to walk away and change your mind when you know something is not good for you. If I know this relationship is not serving me, whether it's mental or physical, spiritually, whatever, and I'm staying every day,
cucumbers is the best.
That I'm killing myself slowly.
Like steak. And every bite when that cucumber juice bursts out in my mouth, it's like,
yes, honey.
Mentally be like,
yeah.
I need some more. Oh, I'm putting that on what I'm eating for lunch.
No, you got to sell yourself. Oh my God! Every time I bite this, I can feel the energy. Oh my goodness, I can feel my internal.
I can think better. I can see better. My vision is
God, is that
I don't need these contacts anymore.
God, is that you? A carrot a day keeps the eye doctor away. No, but seriously, it is really hard. It's very hard to literally
eat right.
Eat right. Especially when you've been eating wrong.
Nutrition in your body, honey.
But
like you say, it's not the meat that tastes good; it's what you putting on it that tastes good.
Yeah. But it's the mental. It is the memory of
you don't put no seasoning on no meat.
It's not good. Yeah, because everybody's food ain't good.
Honey.
So that's why I said it's the mental texture, right? So when they use the jackfruit, the texture of the jackfruit gives chopped barbecue. So jackfruit is a very good thing that fruit that's very good, and they use it as like chopped barbecue for the thing. So the texture of jackfruit is the texture of chicken chopped, pork chopped. So that's the consistency, and then if you flavor, it's gonna taste like that. So like I said, it's just a mindset commitment. Where you say, I don't need this, but because even Tabitha Brown, when she tells the story, like she became a vegan because she was sick and the doctors could not tell her what was wrong with her. That's how God took her valley moment and turned it into value. So she was told by the God himself to be like, she was like, okay. Her daughter came in and was like, oh, Ma, I watched this whole special about vegans or food and all this ain't da-da-da. Because she said she was like, for a year, she couldn't even barely move. Her body was just, and they could not tell her what was wrong. And because her mom got sick and died and they couldn't tell, it made her nervous. So for when she was like, well, I'm going to try it. And she said she had a headache for almost 2 years every day straight. When she changed her diet after her daughter told her about the thing, when she changed her diet, her headache stopped. So for the first 30 days, whenever she started, her husband did it with her. This is almost like when we did like a 21-day fast for, to reboot our system, like to give ourselves that reboot. And so she said as she was doing it, she started feeling amazing. And the headache went away and all of those health issues started to disappear, which is why I was saying the other day, the generational curse has not been passed down for generations. Your habits, having Big Mama making yams and mac and cheese and all these dairy products that doesn't fit well with our body, where now everybody has all these different problems, eczema, they got all these different issues because of what these things are doing in our body. So you just imagine, you be like, oh my God, that's breast milk. I could never drink breast milk. But you could drink a cow's milk.
Yeah, it's from your body.
Every other creature feeds their own people with their own milk. Except for the human beings who get it just as
crazy. How could you not understand it? It's coming from your first. It's you. It's your body. You don't trust what's in you. God already gave it to you. You don't trust that, but you don't trust the animal's milk that even had to get processed.
Yeah.
Not even straight from but
it's all mindset. That's why I said if you change your mind, you change your life. It doesn't even matter until you tell yourself this is not good for me. That's why I use the abusive relationship as until the day you're like, this is it. I don't care what it feels like. Oh, that loving is good. But what is it? That covering is good to an extent, right? I don't have to worry, right? They say you got to leave, you got to work. It's all these other things. So it's like the same thing. So it's like judge not, yes, ye be judged, because there are certain things that you can't walk away. You can't walk away from the body. You maybe can't walk away from the smoking. You cannot walk away from the daggone toxic situations, right? You always
something
popping off, right? So that means you can't walk away. So you're a part of the toxic situation. So it doesn't matter what your thing is. It requires a certain level of discipline. That's why a disciple meant they were disciplined. That I knew where I was coming from. I was a tax cut. I was this. They judged all the disciples like where y'all came from. It ain't where I came from. It's where I'm going. It's that I decided to change my mind. Come on now.
Where you're from is where
and that's why I started to become your magic, because people want to remind you who you used to be. But abracadabra, mother sucker. Who am I now? Mother sucker. You used to be abracadabra. I became my magic. It took one moment. So I think it's the same concept. It's like the moments make up time. The moments make up life. Good morning, Alpha L. Good morning to you, Miss Lynette.
I say her name because President's like, who is that? What the L? Oh, that's what the L.
Girl, I would give you a nickname and forget your real one.
Who that? That's their name? That's right. It says it right there. Yeah.
It do.
Hot topics, girl. It's hot topics.
It's hot topics, honey. What was we just talking about? Oh, our abusive relationship with food.
Yeah, abusive relationship with food. What's going on in the world, girl? I know you on these worldly topics.
I knew there was some stuff. I'm trying to think. What was I just looking at yesterday? That it's so much going on that it's like, girl.
Child, what else is going on? Because I'm going to be trying to watch that news. Oh, the air quality. The air quality is, they were saying it's ridiculous.
What's the air quality mean?
The quality of the air you breathing. From the the wildfires and all of that stuff. Especially they were saying in New York how
what the heck
yellow
is that?
And orange.
Could you make up what she's trying to say?
DILLIGAF is my word. DILLIGAF is my word.
You wish you were me.
Wish you were me.
I don't even know what.
I gotta take time to think about what is each of those letters something. DILLIGAF is my word.
Listen.
Okay. I mean, but I was just saying about the air quality. Because I know, see, Erin had FaceTimed me one day and she was like, look out this window, the whole outside was orange. I said, what the frick?
We're down here?
No, in New York.
Oh, that was when we was about to go to New York.
I was like,
that's why we was going.
Orange like that.
No, that stuff came from Canada over to them, and the
fires or whatever.
The wood fires or whatever. When I saw Nate, I got to see Nate while we was there, and because you remember when we was in Jamaica, remember we was flying into New York for a day from Sunday to Monday. So our end of the trip was to New York. And while we was in Jamaica, those posts was coming. I'm like, we must be flying into. We don't got no time for no lagging flights because technically the very next, we didn't have a day because we was coming back on Monday and Lil Aaron and Devin was graduating on Tuesday. So we couldn't be laid over. So when we saw that, like 2 days in, but by the time we was about to leave to go, the sky was cleared up. But when we saw Nate in New York, she was like, yes, girl. She said it was so terrible. Everybody was in their mask. But she said that when she went to work that morning, it wasn't going on. So she had her windows cracked and she had white she had white curtains. And she said they were black when she came home. Oh my God. So that's the level of soot that was in the air that would be in your lungs. So these are gonna be some lasting effects. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's so much stuff. So they were saying something was going on in Canada. The air was traveling to.
It's fires.
It's just
that's brushing.
I'm just saying, get your house in order. Do it right away, cause Jesus is coming.
They're always ready for the smoke. I'm telling you.
Does it look like I give
Okay, is my word. Wish you were me. We'll be pissing you the fuck off the L. I swear to God. I don't be wanting to cuss, but I'll be like, who the hell be pissing you off?
I have been celebrating my new growth recently.
Yes, you've been doing very good, and I ain't even in your house every day, so I don't know.
My new growth too. I'm really out of my feelings and into my healing. Even if it's a split second, that's that accountability, right? I don't pop off as much. Let me tell you something.
She don't react.
I don't react. That's it. Because remember we did the thing, and that's why I said God is always using me. And so when I go back, I can get all the messages. Like I said, I wrote the play 5 years before I started the I Choose Me mission, and I didn't realize when I started the I Choose Me mission that picking up the broken pieces, the play that I wrote had I Choose Me all in it. So God be working. So even now, all these little topics I started reading. What the F is my mustard seed again? And I'm like, okay, this is why I'm saying this is all in my head.
Okay. All right. I don't need you to keep reminding me who I am. Please take a seat as I walk by.
Oh, that's what when I was saying become your magic. I'll give. That's what that.
Do it look like I give up?
I'm serious because then it's like you can't become who you're becoming. You can't become who you becoming when people are judging your past. When it's like, the past is what. got me here. The past is what qualified me to give you advice. Well, guidance, right? Because advices, you know. We figure that out. You know what? When I finish my healing dictionary, we're going to make a difference in the world, right? My healing dictionary is going to make a difference. Hello, Mama Faye. Where you been, girl?
I forget she hit.
I know. She under a little rock.
You done went crawled under the rock and we don't even see you.
Good morning to you.
And you gonna be going and we really ain't gonna see you.
Right. And she knows she about to be leaving.
Exactly.
She must have had enough of us.
Oh, you had enough of us? What we do to you?
You had enough of us, Mama Faye.
Why we not settled in?
You done had enough of us.
Why we not settled?
She said, good morning, kings. I made it. Queens and kings, I made it. That part, that's how you gotta say when you wake up, honey, I made it. She said she been sleeping, honey. She has been sleeping. Because if I paid attention to family, friends, I wouldn't be where I am at now, in the midst of great company today. That part. I'm telling you, boy, you really gotta take the time to, what would I say, manage your account, right? Because, girl, why I was realizing all in what the F is your mustard seed in even the beginning, it says, do you have to take an account of your mustard seeds? And I realized that I never paid attention to the typo. Well, and then I said, well, maybe it wasn't a typo the way I was seeing it. And what the F is your mustard seed is saying, you know, now you have to get a count of your mustard seeds because I wanted you to decide if they were faith or fear. And so now you have to look over different situations and ask yourself what reigned first in those moments, your faith or your fear.
An account or take account.
So I said you have to get an account, get a account of, but I spelled it account like a account,
like an accountant.
And you need an account of your mustard seeds,
like
right?
Numbers count.
Yes, right. But the word I used and looked over 1,000,000 times when we edited didn't spell a separated count, right? Account meaning I'm getting a count. Is written accounts. Mm-hmm. And remember, I was just talking about the account, and we have to. And I was laughing because I said I miss certain type because of the way I think. And I think like with words where I can change, like morning and morning. You know what I'm saying? The way the words be in my head is like it is right? And so now I'm like I see how it's right. Even a typo can be a message because it's talking about the account, and the real account is being able to be accountable for what's coming in and what's going out. Yeah. And what you actually possess, right? Because if it says I got $10,000 in my account, but I don't take into account that 9,500 of it is already going somewhere else, then I can overspend what I don't have because it looks like a good number. But I haven't taken account of what has to come out of it. And so it was like when I was reading, like, take account of your mustard seeds. And so the only way to have everlasting abundance and growth in your faith is to be mindful if your seeds are of fear or if they are of faith, if they are doubt or if they are of promise. And so if you take an account over your life and most of your seeds are of fear, I can guarantee you that is your deficit. Your deficit is your doubt, right? So your deficit becomes your doubt because God says, I am that I am. So that would be your abundance. God is abundance and lack is not of God. So when you think about the account, you're like, okay, why is it? It's because when I look at my account and I look at the mustard seeds in my account and all of them represent faith or fear, I can look at my account and say, how many times did I doubt God for me? And so that goes against you. So even when I'm worried, because it says fear is worry, it's angst, it's anxiety. So every moment that you feel worried, you got to know that's going in your account because he said the wages of sin is death, but I said the wages of love is everlasting life, right? So when I can accept and take a overall, become my accountant and be honest with myself about how many negative things are in my account, which is why I cannot come from under the hole. That's the same thing in life. You see what I'm saying? So if I start looking and I'm like, okay, I'm negative here, 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 I'm negative here. No wonder I'm suffering in silence. No wonder my account is overdrawn. No wonder I have lack. No wonder I have all this, because I am doubting the ability of God. I'm doubting the ability of myself, because faith is freedom after insight to higher self. So I'm trying to say that if I'm complaining, I can't maintain, right? So it's all of those different phrases come together. And it was like, so I was reading and I said, I'm going to be reading What the F is Your Mustard Seed every single day until the end of this year, because I have to, I always say, as God speaks to me, I write it down, but I have to process the messages on such a level to be the example, right? To be the, so when I'm in a car and I'm nervous with Neve, I have to check myself, because that's going into my negative account. I may not be paying attention, but God dwells in energy, right? And so my body knows I'm in fear. I have anxiety. So until I seize the moment and say, you all right. You got this. Trust the process. If I don't get active in the moment, then that goes against me. It don't go for me, because I have to command my body to change its feelings. I got to command my mind and think different, because God said to renew your mind daily. So I got to say, girl, let that go, girl. So it's like, girl, you got to really be in action for your attraction. It is a daily thing, which is why God said renew your mind daily, because every day I'm going to send somebody to remind you that it ain't what you think it is, that you got the power to choose. The best gift that we got was the power to choose. Will I choose the right F is the question. You know that is. Am I going to fight or am I going to flight? That's still the F's. Are you fighting or are you flighting? So faithing is fighting. Fearing is flighting. Because when I'm paralyzed, I can't move. I might as well turn around and go back. Forget escaping. Forget escaping and ride. No, bring your ass back. Bring it back. You've been ordained. You've been ordained. Escaping. You've been rise to the occasion and face whatever you fearing about. Face it. I choose me. It's talking about, I'm gonna hold myself until I can look myself in the eye, baby boy, baby girl, whatever that looks like. Thank you, author Lynette. Still. Okay, what was she saying? She said I was literally in a negative red with my accounts. So I made the decision to open up another account in another state. My bank account has been overflowing with great opportunity, and I've been staying focused. You hear that? That's what I'm talking about. You know what happened to author L? Come on now. She replanted herself. Good God Almighty. Sometimes you gotta pivot. Come on now. Sometimes in the environment that you in, you just complaining about you not getting new results, but that's insanity, right? Doing the same thing, expecting different results. And so until you replant yourself, that's also in 365. When you replant yourself, now you can give yourself different nutrients, different sunlight, different environment, right? In a whole different Come on now. Environment. So you have to decide who you are. Are you a cactus where you could be in a desert where there can't be much rain and you can still survive? Like, what kind of energy are you? Are you the person that needs to be watered every day? If you're the person that needs to be loved every day, what kind of energy are you? So I think that's the point. Yes, girl. Yes. Literally. Do you believe you could open up another account? She made that decision to move. What? She said it got so bad that I thought about just checking out. Girl, I'll get you, girl. Because there was no exit out. So I trusted God, and I've been here 9 years in North Carolina. That part. Come on now. And that's what happens when you choose you, right? And what the hell? Do you have What the F is Your Mustard Seed? You might need to hit that link and do the download at least. I don't think so, because it's so crazy. Because me coming here is how I started with the F. How I always thought that I was faithing and not fearing. Right? You couldn't have told me I wasn't faithful, but I can go over the times and realize that my mustard seed was a fear. That I was scared. That I was afraid, and that I was camouflaged as I got it in spiritual, but deep down, that suffering in silence, that fear of that expectation not rising up to the level of my vision, right? And so we fear disappointment, we fear rejection, we fear all of these things. So even when I'm going through the beginning of what the F is my mustard seed, I had to take you guys on a journey where, like I said, we do both, because in one part of the book I speak about how faith is why I'm not still there, but fear is why I'm still stuck here. So both can be true at the same time, right? Because fear is, a false expectation. You think that you can't do it. You think that you can't make it. You feel like you're not qualified to actually be that person or do that thing. But that faith lets you know that you are enough. It lets you know that as long as you get into action day by day, step by step, that there is no limit to what you can accomplish. There's no limit to what you can produce, right? Because you are being productive. You are over your account, right? You produce new good stuff when you take initiative to say, wait, I need to make a change. I need to move. I need to do something different. I need to be something different. And so I celebrate you, Author L, because that's the F that we talk about. We talk about the F that required us to shift for God to shape. Good God Almighty. You got to shift for God to shape. So when I show you that I'm willing to take the shift, then he said, I'm willing to shape you, right? Get you in shape. So it's a work. God said the work's not your job. So when we think about work, we can think about workout. So whatever you work out, you gonna get the results you need, the results you want, because of your discipline, your steps, your habits, right? And so he said, if you shift, I'll shape you into who you say you want to be, because I need to know you're going in the direction of where I called you, right? And so I'm going to oversee the steps that I have ordered. Now, I will keep you in good peace when you out of line, because I'm the God. That's how I love you. I love you like you love your kids. You know what that look like. Where you want to grab them up, yoke them up, but you got to love them anyway, right? You got to let them know that you got me if you don't got nobody else. So it's a thin line between disciplining them and giving them enough love so they don't feel rejected, right? And so God gives you choices so that he could discipline you by the consequences of your actions, but give you enough love to know that you can still turn around, that you can still move forward, that you can still change your mind, because in order to become whole, you got to pick up all the change. And if you can see the changes that are taking place and you can pick them up off the ground, then you can become a whole being, right? So it's like, how many people step over a penny? How many people step over a quarter? But if it's $1, you break your back to pick up the dollar. Maybe if y'all stop looking over the change, you could get a whole dollar. That those quarters become a whole dollar. So it's like, until you become whole, you got to embrace the change. You got to embrace the change. You understand?
Come on now. Work, discipline, habits.
Yes.
Come on now.
Hold on, boo. You can get into the next one. Let me copy it.
Get disciplined and form those good habits.
That part.
Come on now. You
because that's what it's all about.
Work out. Let's work it out.
I mean, and it's not easy, but it's a workout easy.
It's not supposed to be easy.
Right?
If it was easy, how many people would work for it?
I'm about to send her a link, but I cannot with this picture.
Can
you see this?
I can't with her. That picture, I can't.
Sent, boo. It's sent.
Yes, come on now.
So I think that is so work, discipline, habits. All of that creates today. It really does. And so it's like, man, when we think about what it costs us, when we think about what F we were operating in, then we can actually realize our results. Mm-hmm. And we can take ownership of the account that we're holding with God. So God says all of us got to account with him. But are you checking your checks and balances? Or how are you giving to me? He said, give to receive.
And it's all based on you.
Come on now.
Checks and balances that's going in there. Decisions you're making.
Give to receive.
Come on now.
So until I give the money bank, I can't receive no, they're going to bounce the check.
And,
right.
What you said? Withdrawals
checks and checks and balances, deposit and withdrawals.
What are you depositing? What are you expecting to get out? So if you ain't never given, what you expect to get?
Yeah.
Ain't nothing to get out.
Ain't nothing to get out.
You in the negative.
If you ain't share information, don't expect God to send somebody to share information with you.
Now.
If you're not a patient person in love, don't expect somebody to be patient in love with you. You know, God said to love thy neighbor as you first love yourself. And so you are the example. You are the blueprint. You are the foundation on which all relationships stand. So your foundation is based on the foundation you have with you and God, what that looks like, that trust relationship. So that you don't take it personal, you can really take it process. We got Author L in the building. Hey, girl.
Hey, hey. Hey, lady.
You not ready? I'm done with her. Now she ain't ready.
I cannot.
Thumbs us up when you ready, girl. You ready now? Okay.
Y'all know how it is when you get ready to talk or do whatever, and you put that bagel in the...
You got to put your volume on.
Okay. It's how about now?
Volume on. We can't see you, boo boo.
Can't hear you.
Can't hear you. I mean, sorry, not see you. Hear you. Grab your book today. Color edition of What the F is Your Mustard Seed. Paperback.
Yes. Click the link on the top of this live. Because Precious has everything.
My link tree is all in there. So
it's all in there because I would have to post all the links. And I'm not even sure if y'all could click on them when we are here like that. You know what I mean?
Hear me now?
I think they may have updated it now. I don't know.
So I don't know if it lets you
I have to see.
Click on it and bring it up. Like it's just no, it does. I just did it. Yep. I'm glad I just
Can
did
y'all hear me now?
Oh yeah.
I just wasn't seeing the line under it. You know, how it could be like a hyperlink. So yes, it does.
And y'all all get that digital one. Let me
put the digital
we can't hear you. You
there.
got your mute on?
I'm gonna put the link to the ebook as well, because you can get that right now. $15 until y'all waiting on the paperback edition. So you can have it right now. Get the ebook. What? Oh, she came out. That's the ebook link. You could just click on it right there, and it's gonna take you right to buy the ebook for $15. So if you want the physical book as well, you can order that. But in the meantime, definitely get your digital copy, so you can start reading it now. Okay, she came back in, but hopefully we could hear her. So there's a color edition physical book, a black and white edition physical book, and then you have your colorful ebook, which is your digital one that you could have on your phone, on your computer, right now.
I just saw your message, man. Oh yeah, I doubt it.
So yeah,
because I think he had to take it off so he wouldn't be charged, because nobody ever confirmed that they wanted it. I was talking about mom, was talking about the room with Rondell. Chef Ron. Hey girl.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, your sound still ain't working.
What the shit?
So I don't know, girl. Maybe he was about to be too feisty.
What?
The sound guys won't even let you in.
One more time.
1 minute.
God said, wait a minute, we gonna mute Author L first. What we gonna do? Filter her thoughts.
What's going
on? Before the
she
sound come in.
She got something to
today.
say.
Wait, today is Friday, tomorrow's Saturday. So yeah, it's too late. Let me text Rondell. I doubt it. If he remembered, he probably had canceled it. He had it.
Honey. What you do?
What? Add to stream.
You ready? Okay.
How about now? Can you hear me?
No. Is our body
Does your thing says mute? Let me see. Oh wait, maybe it's me. No. Walk again.
Hello?
Oh, okay. Girl, while my
I was about to go fight the devil.
While my sound is off on my computer, and I'm like, no, we're not getting anything.
Y'all was hearing this?
I was about to go fight the devil.
Us to hear, like, because they gonna hear us because it's gonna take it. So
I'm like,
I normally turn it down when I'm doing the live on it, and I'm putting in another camera in, like when I do it, and I just So.
Well, I did hear echo when I first got on with y'all, so I said something was up, and then whatever you did, I didn't hear it. It was like a little feedback.
Yes. So my volume was down.
So let me explain the word. Thing. It's dillagraph. Dillagraph. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, does it look like I give up? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at you like that too. Do it look like I give up? Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you know what? Let's talk about the journey to not giving an F, because it's a long one. Because we give a whole lot of F's until we ain't got no F left.
Girl.
On the wrong stuff.
So, people don't understand. It's a process, and
journey of not taking it personal.
I just knew that for me, I wasn't gonna let folks win.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I look at it and everybody's different, but when I look at somebody that took their life, you allowed them to win. What's going to kill them is that I didn't take it. I didn't take that route.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know several times, at least 4 times for my funeral.
Mm.
Okay? 4 times. But I wasn't going, when I would think of something, because it was just so much pressure, I would just get up and drive. And then I'd say, well, what if I just go off the bridge? And I hear, he said, well, since you thought about that, I ain't gonna let you die. I'm just gonna maybe paralyze you. Oh yeah, well, that ain't gonna work. So I guess that maybe if I go off into the creek, well, another pop again. Well, since you think, how about if I just cause you not to see out of one eye? No, that ain't gonna, because I need both eyes. So it would always be, if I was so pressured into thinking, then God would give me a box and show my life how it would be with me without me being there.
Right.
And then the really, really big time was when I was going through my divorce. I had built a house, and I feel it coming. Hold on. I feel my help coming. Hold on. If I don't put this in do not disturb, I'm gonna get a phone call every time I tell my story.
Well, first of all, thank you for being honest. I said, first of all, thank you for being honest.
Well, look, real be honest with you, I ain't want all type of folks to come out funeral just yet. You know what I'm saying?
You didn't want the name over you, huh?
Hey, look, I got an invitation only funeral. And if you break
on, be petty to the end. I'm petty to the end, friend.
She gonna be laying here talking about, they gonna be looking, she gonna be like,
Oh no, I got a list. I already told some folks that I go before them. I got a non-guest list.
Don't you even show up.
Be like, excuse me, as a request of Lynette or my name is Cinnabon, I was told your name is on the list, and I was told that you don't get no program, you don't get to sit down, and you have to be escorted. Don't get mad. You need to go talk to her. She's up there. Go talk to her, but you have to leave.
You can't even,
because you didn't mess with her. You talked about her. You lied on her. You said all this stuff, and now you want to come here and act like you cried. She said, now don't blame me. I'm just a messenger, but you have to leave.
No, but let's not say, I'm telling you, them people who crucified Jesus was sorry at the end. So
I don't want to hear it. I want the real criers to be there. Okay.
All of that.
He said, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And not in the aspect of what they do, right? Because it's habits that got formed. Somebody train them that way unconsciously because it's not in your DNA. I mean, your DNA is in the CNA. So if you were raised by a hater, you probably gonna be a hater. If you was raised by somebody that picked up the phone and always talk stuff about people on the phone, you're probably gonna pick up the habit of talking about people on the phone. So sometimes we have to understand that people are a product of their environments, and we take it personal when we really need to take it process, because God said, can you sit at the table with your enemies? Can you do that?
Yes, I can, but I need you to go outside in the parking lot and pop your trunk up and eat your chicken in the trunk.
Because just even think about the idea of an enemy. You will make your enemy your footstools. How can you step on something that's not in the room?
Well,
where we going? It's too late.
When they said he's everywhere, so why can't he be on the parking lot?
Mm-hmm.
They said he's everywhere, so why can't you be out in the parking lot?
What's seeing my physical body gonna do? I'm gone. How is that gonna?
That's called repentance. Right? People are always sorry after the fact. It's the same sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. It's always the after
laying over my body. So my Lord, look what you made me do.
I'll bring it back.
I didn't mean to do it.
But I might joke at it. I might joke at it because I got a lot of people. I'm not saying I've never been perfect, but and I'll be the first to tell you I'm a spoiled ass person. But I know the value. If I got it, y'all too got it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I got people that actually hate because don't ask me for help.
Mm-hmm.
Now, will I go overboard? Yeah. But I'm going to make sure you never have to warn again. That's just how I was raised. So you got a lot of people that's hating. Hey,
William. Hey, Mr. Brown.
Mr. Brown.
I said, thank you, sisters. I appreciate and find joy in this conversation.
Well,
hot topics.
I think that's so vulnerable of you, because I think that in this season, and if you do the research, you find that so many people get stuck in that place of feeling like I don't even want to go on anymore. Like, what's my value? Like, do people even see me? And it's so sad, because it's like, I remember one time when my daughter, she throws party every year, but she was younger. And at the party, she was like, oh, this one ain't showed up yet. This one ain't showed up. And I had to take her. And I said, let me tell you something. Don't you concentrate on who didn't show up. Yep. You put your energy on who did show up, because that is what you're going to grow. You want to grow the best parts or the worst parts. And now sometimes people are not capable, have the capacity to show up. And a lot of times we'll be like, God is so intentional that he don't swap us out. He uses the being that has the fullest capacity to pour into somebody who has the lesser capacity. And so if he put me and you in a room and I poured into you, and then the next time I need you to pour in me and I get offended because I'm like, but I poured into you before. And God says, I let you pour into them because you were bigger than them. And if you just appreciate that you give and that you will receive, just not from the person that you gave to, because had they had the right capacity, I wouldn't have wasted your pour. So you poured into them because you were bigger than them. So you got to say, thank you, God, that I had the capacity to give to you. And thank you, God, that I can accept that you didn't have the capacity to give to me, which is why I poured in you in the first place. But then what God says, but if you would keep on trusting me and walk a little further, I will send somebody who has a bigger capacity than you to pour into you. So I ain't into swapping, y'all. I'm into you getting enough to get to the next level. And so what they needed, they were about to be gone had you not poured, even though they didn't appreciate it. Because sometimes you don't even realize the car don't never say thank you, but it take you further. The car don't never say thank you, but you going down the road, right? So as long as you give it gas, as long as you give it oil, as long as you give it these things, it will perform for you. So God said, definitely to their car, I'll make sure your vehicle get to the point when you ain't got no gas, somebody will give you gas. And I think we get our feelings hurt because we expect the people that we pour into to pour back into us when they're not assigned to us because they don't got the capability to pour in you. It would drain them. And not even fill you up. So he ain't into taking lives. He's into giving life. And so if you got more life to give, then I'm going to make you use it, because I said you'll have life and have it more abundantly. So you needed to be the evidence, so that even if they don't say thank you, they always going to remember the poor.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
if
yeah.
you don't throw it in their face that you poured in them, they can't help but to be convicted. That's what conviction is. It is, I don't need your approval to convict me. God will send the memory through my head, because whether you knew I was broken, I knew I was in a low place. And I know who God sent to pour in me. And maybe the envy, maybe the jealousy. Remember I said comparison is the thief to gratefulness. Maybe because I compared it. Maybe because I thought that you should have did the same thing for me. I'm stuck now. I'm stuck in the idea and the expectation that you have for me what I have for you. But let God do that. And so it's hard to do, but I promise you, if you can get in it, even if you got to pull away, you don't pull off, right?
No. And see, and that's also why, like I tell folks and some family members, if you're going to go back to my family and say stuff, please make sure you telling them. That's why my page is open. I want people to see what I'm doing. I want you to see. I've actually had people that did the worst of the stuff to me and then come back and say, like some of the folks in the bike community, they're like, Cinnabon, man, I didn't know that can you forgive me? I said, you know what? It's okay. Because, I hang around leaders. I don't hang around followers. Okay, I'll take that. Because 9 out of 10, they won't tell what I've done for them, but you'll follow someone else that I probably never done nothing for, just to save your face. And then somebody asks you, what did she do to you? You can't tell them, but you can tell what they did to another person. And we know we have that in real life. You mad at somebody else. Like y'all two stop talking. Now I can't talk to Kia. I'm mad at Kia because she hurt you real bad. But she didn't do nothing to me. But then I can't be her friend because I don't want you to think that I'm hurt, but I'm stuck in the middle. So why don't I just pull back from both of y'all? You understand what I'm saying? Or I'd be like, Press, we can always see each other. I don't have to be around. Y'all enjoy your time. Me and you can do something, Kia. Me and you can do something by ourselves. I don't want to be always that tension around. And I've done that. Look, you can call me later. Y'all go hit on who gonna nah, I'm good.
It creates discourse, not accepting the process. It definitely does.
Now, if I want to be super mega petty, I'm showing up. And I'm gonna look cute as a freaking button here. Okay. I'm a firm believer. I'm gonna make you speak to me. You're gonna respect. You may not like me, but you'll speak to me first because it's eating you up inside. Yeah. And I walked in the room. I walk in the room now, and they know I'm there. I ain't got to be loud. I ain't got to be funny. Just my presence. That's how you know when you can command the room, and people just look and do, and you make them stop. That means that God has changed you. Because I come up there, who you looking at? Keep it moving. I mean, just super mega petty, but it's how do you say it's the way I walk. What is it, phenomenal woman? It's in my hips.
And I'm gonna tell you something too. Let me tell you what God gave me a whisper. God whispered to me one time when you be like that idea, when you walk in the room and you just are shining. And your light is on, and you got this little energy, and you like, but when I look, people are sneering, and they got that little stink look and the grind. And you know what God whispered? He said, let me tell you something. When you look at the sun, straight into the sun, and you don't got on sunglasses, what your eyes do? Squint. Yeah. So either you the light or you ain't the light. So you mad that they squinting and you supposed to be the light, then you missing the idea of what the sun looks like. So like I said, you could change your perspective in the moment by not taking it personal, by taking it process, right? Because there might have been a time when you was wishing that you had it all together, and maybe it appeared to be a little bit of hate, but it was really just a little bit of I wonder what they do. I wonder what makes them so strong. I wonder what. And sometimes confusion looks like a nasty look. You can be confused, and you look at somebody confused, and you think it's nasty to you, but they just trying to figure it out in their own head. So it's like we take stuff personal because we haven't did that spring cleaning. Because the minute I look at you, I remember the person that had said something about me, and that's how they looked at me. So then it reverts back to a feeling, which makes me now emotional. And that's why I said you got to get out of your feelings and into your healing. Because if you allow them to master your next moment from the look, now you get stuck in who you used to be instead of who you becoming. And so who you becoming is somebody who understands what it feels like to be processing, looking at a promise. That's what everybody hashtag goals are. That's why it's so hard, because everybody knows where they want to be. And sometimes when God is giving you evidence of where you can be, you take it personal instead of as inspiration that God has no respect of persons. So I'm supposed to look at you and get inspiration by your glow. Get inspiration by your bounce. Not get dissatisfaction or just looking like, envious. It was for me to feel inspired. It was for me to listen. It was for me to ask. It was for me to embrace. But again, that's that healing part, because when we have been broken, the light shines through, as well as us being stuck, because now we are broken. So we are afraid. That's why you got to get over the fear of what they did to you yesterday in order to be who God called you to be today.
Well, now let me show you something. This is what I was when I was married. You know, see?
Let me get the book and the card right there.
See how big I was?
Wait, you missed the picture, Precious? Wait, Precious missed the picture.
Right, Precious.
He had to go run to get the books and the cards. Okay, look. Now that used to be what the L?
Yep.
Oh, that was you?
Oh, she looked like Aunt Net.
She looked like one of your aunties. Huh?
Yeah, she looked like Aunt Net. Look at you now, honey.
Oh no, I'm gonna show you what happened when I went through my divorce. And y'all gonna be like, what?
The word for the day. What color book you want to go for?
Oh, come on, don't do this to me. You're a spirit. Little demon.
The purple for the color of the day. Purple for the day.
But I lost 100 and some pounds, and you would never have thought that I had lost all that weight and stuff. And you talking about people hating, but guess what? I got rid of physical dead weight, and I started really loving me to where I could care less. People don't get that when you go through so much and you don't realize. Like for 2 weeks, I was depressed in the room, putting black trash bag over the window. The only light I had was from my bathroom because I had that big window. In other words, I was in darkness, and I was there for 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, and didn't heal. But then I had to realize I can't let them win.
That part.
I can't let them win.
Oh shoot!
They ain't bring you here, and they ain't gonna take you out.
Somebody didn't listen.
Come
Somebody
on,
chose them. You see what it looked like to choose you and look healthy.
To get up.
And matter of fact, this was my first coming out. I said that to him.
Transformational.
I sent that picture to him and told somebody, watch he look at it. I sent it to him that night at the party.
The party? Ah! See, you too.
Okay, that's
I can't with you. You stand with me, honey. See, it's all in your attitude.
But you see, but also another thing is that clearly he didn't deserve that part of you, right? Because whatever it was, when you lost weight, it was him, you lost other weight, right? Because the reason why you eat and you do all these different things is because of the lack. And so when you lost the idea that you needed that, you were able to seize the discipline in the moment to be able to take care of you. And so that's what's so important about self-love. We're supposed to love ourselves in and out of relationships. We love ourselves when we're in a relationship. We love ourselves when we're out of the relationship, because then that's the most healthiest person that we are. That means we can always at the best when we in the best condition. So as hard as it is, oh my God.
We just lose ourselves in other people.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, before, during, and after, you still left with you. And what happens is you lose you and other people. And at the end of the day, you're going to be like, you don't love throughout all of it, you're going to be stuck with you.
Yeah.
And so it's like, come on, love you enough to care about you.
That part.
But for a while, I didn't know. For a while, I didn't know. I didn't know. God had to take me through the process. Even when I moved here, I didn't even. He sat me down for 2 weeks. And I was like, I do this to this day. I live in freaking Charlotte because I never thought that I would leave home. You know what I'm saying? I would never thought that I'd leave my small town in the DC area. I never thought that I would do that. You know what I'm saying? Like I literally live somewhere else.
That part.
You know,
this word.
Kia got the word.
What the word?
What we got?
Anger.
Look what I'm.
Oh, God must go and tell us about anger today. We definitely fits in here because we be upset and we be angry because we had an expectation on somebody that they did not fulfill. We're upset and we're angry because we poured it to somebody they didn't pour back into them. We're upset and we're angry because
come on now.
we are still broken in the moment when God said, but I put you back together again. But I gave you a new mindset. But I showed you how God's removal was the approval. And you're still mad. So let's see what he got us to say about anger.
But real quick though, you said something earlier and it reminded me, is it Peter? Yeah, I think it was Peter when he kept sending vessels and he ignored the boat. And was that Peter? Yeah, that was Peter, right? And you know when he'll remind you later, I sent you somebody and you didn't pay no attention. Okay, I sent you somebody else. Now let me hit you hard enough. And then he's like, remember that person? Oh, that was the sign? Oh, that was the sign? So he'll bring back all of the vessels that people are supposed to tell because we don't hear it. And the best example real quick is COVID. All of the guys got together. He's like, look, you've been telling your people some things, they ain't listening. How about y'all? Okay, let's do a massive shutdown. Because nobody's paying attention to us. Let's do a massive shutdown. And guess what? Everybody was talking, praying, family time. So I don't know what more than him coming back. He was saying that we need to take time for us.
Yeah.
Stop being angry. Be thankful. Talk to people. Not when they go, oh man, you know what? Now, but I'm gonna remember the good times. And I just want to say it's not that this is a sponsor or anybody, because one day it might be. Y'all got to try Mountain Dew new drink, Purple Thunder.
Oh my God, I can't.
It's the thunder for me.
It's the purple for me because this book is purple.
She about to bring the purple thunder right here.
I'm about to bring the thunder. Y'all ready?
We ready.
Anger?
Yeah.
Listen. Don't get angry. Don't be upset. It only leads to trouble. Evil people will be sent away, but those who trust the Lord will inherit the land. Psalm 37, 8-9. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. Because anger does not produce the righteousness that God desires.
Because
say that one more time.
When you get angry, it doesn't produce the righteousness that God desires. Because what do? You take it out of God's hands and put it in your own hand. And you said, I will be faithful. It's a faith war. So I am you the potter, I'm the clay. So if I want to take it amongst myself to get back at somebody, now I got the same strike on me that they do. So if I want to actually trust God to actually order my steps, then I surrender the vainness in me to think that I have the authority to go back and get you for what you done for me when God already got it covered. So I got to trust that he will actually convict you so I don't have to.
And that was James 1:19 through 20.
And the reason why you can't convict is because we fall short of the glory of God, so we can't judge. Conviction is judgment. So when I convict you, I judge you in another area that maybe I am scholaring in, but I got other areas that I'm feeling in. So my conviction to you is taking judgment out of God's hand and put it in my hands, and I don't get to judge you because I too fall short from the glory and the grace of God. With that being said, that's where my empathy comes in, because now I can release you, I can empathize with you, I can take it not personal, but I can take it process, because I recognize that we all fall short, and maybe the area that you have not developed and I have. So then I don't compare, because I say, thank you, God, for developing me here. Develop me enough to let go of the fact that they have not been developed in this place. To not take it personal, but to take it process, because that's the righteousness of God. To not take it personal, but to take it process. It was all for you. Go ahead, boo.
Don't sin by letting anger control you. Don't let the sun go down while you are still angry. Ephesians 4:26.
And Kim, when you put still, you see what word I see in there? Ill. When you are still and you're staying there, then you have an ill feeling, because that's what stopped you. Because you know when you think you got to go, and momentum moves.
Yeah.
Fear paralyzes. It makes you still. You gotta stop. And now I gotta look around so I can see my surroundings before I move forward. So to be still is to have an ill feeling that makes you stop. To surrender to the moment so that you can get a better perspective, because you can't see everything while you're moving. So when God said I had to make you still, I had to make you ill in the moment, so that you can now take a photograph of the room around you, so that now you can create a new direction, a new plan, and now move forward. So I'm going to give you discourse, make you stop, so that I can take you to the new level of you. So I must make you stand still in order to take that ill will out of you, so that you can remember from whose you came from. Okay, so it goes back to the angry. I like it.
I like it. I told you he had me still for 2 weeks when I was here to realize all that was going on here, what is going to be happening now. So when he makes you still, you all better stay still until he tells you to move.
Release the anger. Release the anger. Release the anger.
Yep.
What's that last part?
Lord, your word tells me you are slow to anger. I cannot always say the same of myself. I confess. There are plenty of days where I moved the wrong way, a harsh word, I had a hasty action, and sometimes I hold on to my anger for the rest of the day. I want to be like this.
I don't want to be.
I don't want to be like this. When I feel anger rising, Lord, let your love and forgiveness rise faster. So, what does it mean to be quick to listen and slow to speak?
That was our respond versus reaction. That part.
Can you read that part one more time, but take your time with it?
This one?
Yeah, that last part. All that. Just that little bit.
Lord.
All right. Lord, your word tells me you are slow to anger. I cannot always say the same of myself. I confess there are plenty of days where I move the wrong way. A harsh word, a hasty action, and sometimes I hold on to my anger for the rest of the day.
Or sometimes the rest of your life.
Let's talk about the life. But guess what? I don't want to be like this. I feel anger rising. Lord, let your love and forgiveness rise even faster.
I could have did a Steve Harvey. Stop right there.
What does it mean to be quick to listen and slow to speak?
That was a good word, honey.
And I think even in our conversations, we have to give number 7. Even in our conversations, we got to give to receive. So, yeah, we have to be vulnerable enough to hear. That's what I was just saying. The way, even in my marriage, how I healed better was I took the classes. I was given the keys in the IC Me Academy, and I had to implement it on even myself as an adult, because I realized I taught them that, you know, that saying, you're rubber, I'm glue, everything I'm rubber, you're glue, everything bounces off of me and sticks to you, is because God said two have to touch and agree. So for it to be a fact, they not only have to speak it, but you have to receive it. Those are the two. And so that which you deny can never have a seat in your life, right? It can never be the eye of where you're going. So if I received it, it's because there was some spring cleaning that hadn't taken place, that when you sent that to me, I heard it as something else. I haven't forgiven myself from the last thing. I hadn't gotten over that last thing. I'm still feeling rejected. So when you said that, I heard this. And so being able to be quick to listen and slow to speak means that I will not take an assumption. I will see you in everything. But when I put me in it, I miss the moment. I miss the message, right? And so when we're taking life personal, we don't hear what people are saying. So the things that my husband may be saying that could be a shift in me, all I took it was a personal attack on my character. Yeah. I said, I'm not attacking your character. I'm developing your character, because if you go higher and you haven't adjusted or dealt with this, then you will crumble on that level, and I won't put more on you than you can bear. So you have to prove to me that you are the master of your fate. That means what you say don't change my attitude. That means what you say don't change my altitude, right? Because when I got an attitude, I'm lacking gratitude. That means I expected something different in this moment, and that's audacity, because I didn't make you, which means I can't decide how you're going to react or what you're going to say. I don't know your holes. I don't know your flaws. I don't know your doubts. Those are your secrets. So when I take it personal, that means then I have taken audacity and authority over and dominion over you. And God only gave us dominion over ourselves. So the question, how can you be better in the moment to make the outcome what you want it to be? Because you are the creator of every single thing in your life. And so when I allow you to hurt me and then I react instead of respond, you now become the master of my life. You now become the director to my story. But if I hear what you say and I don't take it personal and I sift through to see you where you're broken, and I can say, I'm sorry I made you feel that way. How can I better serve you? That's given to receive. Because once I open you up, and you can trust me, then guess what happens? You're going to open yourself up for me to trust you. So that's what he means by give to receive. So don't go and saying, girl, what happened to you? Without first saying what happened to yourself. So I'm saying, listen, I've been A, B, C, and the third, which is why I celebrate you, what the hell, so that somebody can say, you know what? I've been dealing with such and such. So now the shame is gone, because I realize that God has no respect of persons. We're all being developed at different stages and different places. But you know what I came to tell you? Where you're developing now, I already developed. And where you're developing, I'm trying to develop. So we can share information. Then God said that was my intention, because I will never come down, but I will send in my God piece, and all of us are God pieces. So when you can remove that anger and don't take it personal, then I can process you into the promise, because it is in those dark rooms that they get the whole picture that you get to develop. And so when we can receive that, then we can achieve that. And so I think that was a good word, honey.
Oh, most definitely. Before you pull the card, I know there were times when I was going through and didn't know how to release. And I would tell folks, I'd be like, Precious Key, I hear y'all. But because I can't get the goop, the mess, all that frustration, it was stored. And once I was able to release, the one right by your hand, Precious.
This one?
Yep. I hear everything that was said to me, especially ones that really seeped in. That was, you got people say stuff, and because you don't receive it, is because they got ill will, ill intent. But the ones that really meant that stick with you. And then and I'd be like, I didn't want you to think that I wasn't listening, but I was going through so much. But I did hear what you said. So
my God.
I mean, and then when to stay away from people that know how to push your buttons, because we're human. It's going to happen. What we got?
It is I am my yes. That was that one you grabbed, boo boo.
Okay.
I am sufficient. And I am Xenodokio. And Xenodokio means friendly to strangers.
I am.
So, so the word is the I ams, right? Because God is so intentional that first of all, you need to be Xenodokio, right? That means you have to remove anger because angry people are not friendly to strangers. Come on now. So the word was to release that anger so God can be God and he could use you, because I cannot use you in a state of discourse. I can only use you in a state of positive currency, right? That's positive trade lines. I'm trying to use you as a positive trade line. So because you are Xenodokio, I want you to understand that you are sufficient enough to make whatever changes that must be made in order for you to reach the strangers. Because I ain't concerned about who you know. I'm concerned about the lost sheep that may be a stranger to you because they don't roll in your pack. They ain't in no pack. They lost. That means they're not in the pack. That means they've been separated. So I need you to go and seek them. And I want you to know that you are your yes. So stop asking me when I already said that you have dominion and power over your life. And so with you being your yes, that means that what is it that you're asking me for? And what you're asking me for in this state of currency that I have right now, can you find the answer? Can you create a blueprint? Can you create a plan of action for your attraction? Once you believe in a yes, you will get that thing. So remove the anger, so that you can see yourself as sufficient enough for you to operate in the yes that I already gave you before I formed you in your mother's womb. In order for you to be Xenodokio, because there are some people who need your help. There are some people that you are assigned to. So I'm glad you didn't take your life when the moment hit you. I'm glad you didn't give up on love when the moment came. I'm glad you fought for your child. I'm glad you got up after your loss of a child. I'm glad that you surrendered after that abuse. I'm glad that that molestation didn't keep you. I'm glad that that rape didn't break you, because you are sufficient. Matter of fact, those were the qualifications, because in order to make you an X factor, you had to work through a problem. But I qualified you for all problems, all things. So the question is, do you see yourself sufficient enough to respond to the yes and become Xenodokio in somebody else's life and give them the very thing that you were needing in the time when you were at your lowest moment? Will you be the light so somebody else can find their switch? That is the question that God will ask you every day he wakes you up. Will you be the light so that somebody can find their switch? You are my evidence. I have nothing, if not you, to show them what I can do. If not you, then who? If not now, then when? And remember, now means no other warrior. Now is always today. You waiting on them, and God said, I qualified you for who you went through, what you went through. So what have you been through that makes you sufficient? That makes you a yes. That creates a bridge for you to be friendly to strangers so they could get across too. What have you done? That's what we got to do.
And I tell y'all, once again, like his kid said, that part. Word. But then we don't know who's what. Y'all got to understand, there's somebody watching you. They're watching your growth. They watch you when you went through. They watch how you was through it. They watched you as you were going through. They watched you as you went through. And it's something when somebody say, how did you do it? And you be like, what? And they can tell you the steps to where you are right now and say, do you know that helped me?
Yes.
We don't understand, y'all. I don't care if you don't have to be doing what we do. We don't have to be authors. We don't have to be business women. We don't have to be the men, the same steps. We don't know who's watching us.
Yes.
Because somebody out of a group is going to be a light. Whether y'all want to follow that light, you can stay dim all you want to, and that's going to be your demise. But if you keep following and you know the process, whatever God y'all serve, 'cause I don't want to defend anybody's high power, but if we going through and we're hearing, sometimes we don't. And he said, okay, because at the end of the day, they still know my name. They know who to call on.
Yeah.
So everybody, please know that somebody is watching you. You got to see who it is because he's not going to show it to you. When the time is revealed, they're going to come to you and say, thank you. You be like, what? You helped me at my lowest because I watched you go through it. And I've been the same way, but it was similar. And I saw you kept moving forward and you never gave up and you kept pressing. You kept pressing. And all you do is just say, I love you, or, thank God will give you the word to say, but you never know who's watching.
Yeah.
And even with our mistakes, we're only human.
Yeah.
And we're going to fall. I don't know any perfect people. I don't.
Yeah.
So just be yourself, go through what you're going through, but go through it. So he allows us to go through the trials. He allows us to go through the temptations, and he allows us to come out just like Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. I can't get no better than that one. They went in the fiery furnace and came out with what? Nothing. Okay.
I'll tell you, honey.
Well,
but I love you guys, and when I click
love you, lady.
hold up the cards again, Kakia, yours were real shiny. So when I click off, and I did get a screenshot from the computer, but
they all packed up.
That's all.
We gonna have to get it next time.
Well, no, but I did get it, but it was a little bit on the computer. So
yes.
Yeah. Oh.
Just write the words. Remember, we sufficient. We are our yes, and we are Xenodokio, honey. Straight up.
And somebody, please don't name your child that name. I mean, they're gonna be bad that they try to.
Xenodokio.
Please come down, sir.
Give me a go.
Well,
this has been good.
This has been an amazing.
Yeah, I love you guys. Everybody have a great weekend.
You too.
Relax. If you got that 4 or 5 day weekend thing, just do. If you don't want to do nothing, do nothing. You want to do nothing, just do nothing. Ain't nobody gonna be mad at you. No. But it's your time.
Yeah.
It's your piece. Do you, boo? If not, telegraph. I'm just saying.
Well,
are we coming on Monday?
Huh?
Are we coming on Monday?
Yeah, well, we'll be here Monday.
Okay. Love you, guys.
Love you, boo.
Love you, everybody.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining.
You can start when the link don't come to me. Anyway, gotta go.
Bye.
Always a pleasure to have Queen L, Author L in the building. She is so transparent, and that's the part,
real,
right? Keep it real.
Keep it real.
Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real. Yes. Tell your truth. Be the difference. Be the change. And so again, as you know, it is a relay race, and somebody is relying on you to turn your heartbeat into a soul beat in order to leave your soul print, because the fingerprint tells us what you got wrong in this world, but the soul print, it tells us what you got right, and what God got right is you. So remember, we don't compete. Oh, no. We complete. And the difference between those two words is an L, because L stands for love, and love grows everything. So remember, you can never turn on anybody else's light, but you can provide enough light for them to find their switch. So stay lit in this world so somebody can find their way out of the darkness. It is your responsibility. Remember, that is the ability of measurement in which you can respond, and everybody has their own level. So we love you. We love you. We love you. We can't wait to see you back here on Monday for Coffee and Conversations. I hope you are having a blessed weekend. Great. Thank you.
I know we do. July 4th coming up.
Yes. So the 4th is what? Wednesday, Tuesday? So yeah. So
start popping off just because it's the weekend. So and, it's a work day on a Tuesday. So
the good news that starting fresh next week, I will be on every single day for the next 30 days.
30-day challenge.
30-day challenge starts Monday. I got to get past this weekend. weekend always are crazy for me, but I'm gonna commit to 30 days of live. So we'll see what that does at the end of that my challenge. But I do want to say that we love you, and we shall see you
on Monday.
On Monday. Bye bye. Oh, you've been tuned in to Coffee and Conversations. So don't forget to wake up and make today count. Bye bye. Remember, love grows everything. So love yourself first. Bye bye. I choose me. Hashtag no more excuses because you were born enough. Bye bye.